How big is space, really? Have you ever stood under the night sky, looked up, and thought, wow, that's a lot of stars? Well, buckle up, because that a lot doesn't even come close. Let's start small. Earth, a cozy little blue dot, just vibing in the void. Now, zoom out, past the moon, past Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, go ahead, laugh, and Neptune. Boom, you've reached the edge of our solar system, and we've only just begun. Virgulou dramatic tonla. That's just the neighborhood. The Milky Way galaxy, our cosmic home, is about 100,000 light years across. That means if you hopped on a beam of light, it would still take you 100,000 years to cross. Now here's the kicker. There are over 200 billion galaxies in the observable universe, each one with billions, sometimes trillions, of stars. Let's talk distance. The closest star system to Earth, Alpha Centauri, it's 4.37 light years away. That's about 25 trillion miles. And the entire observable universe? Try 93 billion light years across. And that's just what we can see. The rest might be infinite. Yeah, infinite. Like your student loan interest. So next time you spill your coffee or forget your Netflix password, just remember, you're floating on a space rock, in a solar system, orbiting one star, among billions, inside one galaxy, among billions more. No pressure. Is traveling at the speed of light even possible? Let's say you want to travel across the galaxy, light speed zip just like in the movies, but there's a problem. Nature doesn't like shortcuts. Einstein, yep, the hair guy, said this. As you get close to the speed of light, your mass increases. Not a little, a lot, until it becomes infinite. And moving infinite mass requires infinite energy. And your electric scooter's not going to cut it. Even if you wanted to go just half the speed of light, the energy demands are, well, absurd. It's like trying to charge your phone with a potato during a thunderstorm on the moon. Right now, our fastest spacecraft, the Parker Solar Probe, travels at about 430,000 miles per hour. Sounds fast? Well, at that speed, it would still take over 6,000 years to reach the nearest star. We do have sci-fi ideas, warp drives, wormholes, but those are still in the theoretical physics meets Star Trek department. So for now, lightspeed travel, just a dream. But remember, humans went from horse buggies to Mars rovers in a blink. Give us time. What happens if you fall into space? Imagine this. You're on a spacewalk, admiring the view. Then, oops, you slip. Now you're floating alone in space. What happens next? First, let's kill a myth. You don't explode. This isn't Hollywood. In real life, things are slower, scarier. Space is a vacuum. That means no air, no pressure, no sound. If you find yourself without a suit, you've got about 15 seconds before you pass out from lack of oxygen. You won't instantly freeze. Heat in space escapes slowly, so you'll cook on the sun-facing side before freezing on the dark side. Nice, right? Your body will expand, kind of puff up because of the pressure difference. But explode? Nah. Eventually, you lose consciousness. Then, permanent nap. But what if you're in a suit? Well, then you've got hours. But unless someone grabs you, you'll drift. Endlessly. Slowly becoming just another lonely object in orbit. A space ghost. And if you fall into something like A black hole? Let's just say you'll get stretched like spaghetti and never come back. Fun.space is beautiful, but it's not your friend. It's cold, it's empty, and it wants nothing from you except silence. And now, let's hear what some of the greatest minds have said about this vast, mysterious place we call the universe. Because if we're going to feel tiny and overwhelmed, we might as well let the professionals do the talking, right? Carl Sagan, the man who made billions and billions of stars sound poetic, once said, "The universe is a pretty big place. If it's just us, it seems like an awful waste of space." Yeah, Carl, and it's also a big place to lose your keys. Then we've got Stephen Hawking, who wasn't just smart, he was galaxy brain smart. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. In other words, stop texting and look at the cosmos once in a while. We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star. Pause. Nothing like being humbled by a genius, huh? Neil deGrasse Tyson, the man who made science cool again, gave us this. We are part of this universe. We are in this universe. But perhaps more important than both of those facts is that the universe is in us. Let that one marinate for a second. We are literally made of stardust. So next time someone says you're being dramatic, tell them, I'm just channeling my inner supernova. Even Albert Einstein, the OG science icon, said, the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. And yet I still can't understand how Wi-Fi works. Katherine Johnson, the math genius who helped get humans into orbit, once said, we will always have STEM with us. Some things will drop out of the public eye and go away, but there will always be science, engineering, and technology. Translation: TikTok trends will fade, but gravity is forever. Brian Cox, the British physicist with the voice of a bedtime story and the mind of a black hole, said, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. Which is poetic until you realize the universe made us just so we could make cat videos and argue online. Jocelyn Bell Burnell, the woman who discovered pulsars, said, the universe is vast. It takes a lot of effort to know a little about it. And we respect that hustle, because even learning a little can feel like trying to read quantum physics in a wind tunnel. And of course, the legendary Edwin Hubble, yes, the telescope guy, said, equipped with his 5 senses, man explores the universe around him and calls the adventure science. A beautiful way of saying, we're all just curious creatures with flashlights, poking around the unknown. So what do all these brilliant minds have in common? They looked at the sky, and instead of saying, just stars, they said, what is that? How far does it go? What does it mean? They didn't settle for easy answers, and neither should we. Because at the end of the day, the universe doesn't owe us explanations, but that doesn't mean we should stop asking questions. So keep looking up, keep wondering, and remember, out there may be full of unknowns, but in here, in your mind, you've got the most powerful tool the universe has ever created: curiosity.